kind of just lounging and wearing some new Christmas pajamas that my mom-in-law got me. And they're flannels. They're very comfortable. Anyway, yeah, I know I'm not wearing makeup. This is just me. Okay, with my Sig Sauer coffee cup. I was gonna do an upload and then I thought, meh, I'll go live for a little while and just yap. Anyway, and I haven't done a coffee with Steph in a long time. So thought, might as well do it. I probably could hang out and wait for you guys to pile in, but I'm probably not gonna do that. There, is this better? Yeah, it's better. So yesterday, Sharmeen Obaid Chinoy, who is a Pakistani filmmaker who immigrated to, hey Maze. Oh, she is. I want to talk about all of it. There's a lot of stuff going on. She's made some really, I guess, questionable documentaries about life in Pakistan. She's very much a huge feminazi, obviously. Sorry. And it's very interesting to me as you go forward and look at what is going on here, that this charade of this movie is still happening, the Ray movie. So CNN got a hold of her, and as she's waxing rhapsodic about what a great filmmaker she is, she started talking about the Ray movie and how there were no women, that women would remake Star Wars. What was Kathleen Kennedy doing? Sitting on her desk in the lotus position for the entire fucking now 11 years? No. Star Wars has been remade by a chick, an angry, resentful, jealous chick, and it's pretty much on life support, even though I don't believe it's dead. I'm not going to use the hyperbole of that because that's just, yeah, you're right, Mazurus. Kathleen, you know what? So I'm going through X, aka Twitter, and I see people, Kathleen Kennedy is trending, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I looked, and nothing really big, like she announced her resignation, or, she's in Hawaii right now, and a tiger shark ate her and then spit her out. She is trending because she's got a bunch of beta males, a handful, but when you go on a platform like X, your voices get amplified, okay, because you piss people off, which is why they do it. And some of them actually have monetized their accounts, so they spew this garbage out there to piss people off. And it's really funny watching all this and going, so the Chinoy thing must have raised the Kennedy thing. Now, this is why I think this is happening. First off, the Ray movie's a gaslight. They're gaslighting the shit out of people. When you even have Inside the Magic, which is a Kennedy apologetics website, saying that the Ray movie's never going to happen. And I mean, the fucking moron wants it to happen. It says a lot about where people who are actually realistic in thinking are, okay? They're doing this for a purpose. Yesterday, IMDb Pro, I had an announcement, and I followed Kennedy on there. I want to see what she's up to, saying that Kathleen Kennedy was attached as a producer to Twisters, which is not a remake of the 1990s movie, which apparently only her husband back in the 90s was one of the producers. Now, he's probably going to do all the work, even though there's probably some, line producing minion that's actually doing the job. Okay, so she gets named on there. And I talked to Cameron about it. I talked to a lot of other people, and they think she's just added on. It's also interesting to note that it's a Universal product. It's not a Disney product. And Victoria Alonso, who is more woke than Kennedy, got fired for doing that. Got fired for working on a documentary that didn't belong to Disney. That was for another studio. Now, the conventional wisdom is because Kennedy can't be fired for cause, they won't do anything about it. Now, does it, meet the smell test for cause, or for the morals clause? Because you can't be fired for that. I would have to say that I would have my lawyers look at that if I was Bob Iger. And the only reason why is he wants to get rid of her. Now, he's probably trying to ignore her. Look, I'm going to get to him in a second. Okay, I'm going to get to him in a second because there's shit going down with that too. And what I think the Chinoy shit and the Ray movie shit is doing is it's a gaslight to take people's attention away from that, from the Twisters movie. Okay, now, why did Kennedy get, she don't have anything to do with Lucasfilm. Nothing. She's not doing anything. The problem right now is Jon Favreau, who really wants to start making announcements about the new stuff they're doing. And, the rumors are a Underworld Star Wars streaming show, which would be epic. A Darth Vader Star Wars streaming show. They want to start talking about Dave's movie, Heir to the Empire, which is what it is. And they can't do that because Kennedy's still there. And they know well enough the moment they start talking about Ahsoka season 2, which it'll get, she'll, puke out some garbage to the fan websites because, look, CNN actually did nobody a service by bringing up Star Wars with Chinoy. Chinoy is a person who, look, I said, she's a Pakistani immigrant to Canada. Cameron knows her very well and of reputation. She's never made anything but documentaries, and she's an Oscar winner because she's Pakistani, not because she's good at it. Trust me, if she was a man, she wouldn't have gotten even nominated. But because she's probably a queer Pakistani woman, she got nominated. They would have ignored Kamran completely, okay? Because he doesn't follow the Hollywood line of thinking. Anyway, she did 2 episodes, not 1, of Ms. Marvel. Both had to be completely reshot because they were horrible. Okay. And she's dying to break into feature films, and she actually thinks Bob Iger or maybe Nelson Peltz, by the time this all gets going, will give her the green light to do it, whether Kennedy's there or not. No, she's not. She's not going to get this. And the reason why, just a second, I got to get my nose. The reason simply is, you see Kojak? I don't think, yeah, you can see Kojak. The reason simply is she, I'll get to that in a second because he and I actually had a private conversation about that. She God, what was my point? We're talking about Chinoy. She's not going to get this movie. She can't direct actors. She doesn't know how to write a narrative story. Chinoy is just some brown girl that Kennedy grabbed after Disney. Look, I put the article from last May. No, before Star Wars Celebration, David Lindelof basically got the word from Disney that there was not going to be, he was not going to do a Rey movie. Now, he didn't say the movie was outright not happening, but the subtext said it was not happening. And then we get Chinoy showing up at Star Wars Celebration as almost a backlash rebound thing from Kennedy to mitigate the damage the story about Lindelof was. Okay, I want y'all to sit there and marinate in how fucked up this is. They can't fire her, you know. And like I said, she's in Hawaii right now. There isn't a tiger shark in the entire area that would have anything to do with her. You know, they'd spit her out. Anyway, talk about what Wheelhouse said. I've known this guy, I know his real name, for, God, 2 years going. And he's associates with a fairly well-known actor that we all know, not Harrison Ford. I gotta get out of the sun. I don't understand why this is happening to me right now. Don't fall over, please. Please don't fall over. Thank you. Oh, you guys can actually probably. Here's my coffee. And he came up and said, you know, maybe Favreau and Iger have Chinoy talking to people like CNN, hoping that the rags will pick it up to gauge the reaction because, yeah, you can hear him. He's right here. He says, hi, mommy. I'm petting him right now under the jaw. Very soft. To gauge a reaction of what people want. And despite the beta male fanboy bullshit, most of the, hey, Planet Musk, what's up? Most of the reaction to Chinoy is bullshit. We don't want this shit. We don't want her. And it's not because she's a woman. It's not. Please feel free to hit the thumbs up too if you want. I would appreciate it. It's not because she's a woman at all. It's because she can't fucking direct. All right? And it's because it's the same old shit. The skipping record that we've gotten from Lucasfilm for the last 10, 11 years. Okay? And people don't want it. People just don't want it. And, you know, they don't get it. They don't understand. They keep doing it. It's like if we keep doing it, they'll just roll over. They still think we'll go away. Stop it. You go lay down. I've got friends in my 60s, I'm not in my 60s, in their 60s, who love Star Wars, who hate this shit. All right? A lot of us will be in our 80s and still hate this shit. Look, they sit there to act like we'll forget about how bad The Last Jedi was. We'll never forget, ever. All right? It's epically one of the worst things ever made on the planet. Solo, for crying out loud. What did Kathy Kennedy do to Indiana Jones 5? Now, this was a rumor back in the day when, I'm gonna have to move back over there because the sun is now creeping over here. Back in the day when we were talking about Kennedy's contract, just started talking about it, and the rumor was if a movie that she made got $1 billion, she'd be automatically resigned. Well, I don't know if that's true or not, but considering all the bullshit that we went through in 2018, I would assume that's true. Oh yeah, yeah, you're right, Mazurus. You're right. But considering Indiana Jones, but you also forget, Soilo lost as much money as Indy 5 did. All right, you know, and it's like, hi Kojak. He's got, I can't tell if that's a cow or, I think it's a cow, a squeaky toy cow. He gutted one yesterday and completely eviscerated it, so I had to throw it away. Soilo made as much money as Indy 5 did, which means it lost, what? What did we estimate at one time? 350, 250 billion or million? So I'm looking at Disney saying, why did you re-sign her again? What? We don't understand this. It's like I don't get it. But hi buddy. I know you're right here. But it's very interesting to me. Yeah, you need to lose weight. Yeah, you're kind of a cow. Oh, I see you. But so that was the last movie she made. Okay, do it. Thanks. All right, I'm on X. Mazurs, if you want to put my contact stuff on there, I would appreciate it for him. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook Messenger too. Just find Stephanie Janisek. I've got a wreath around my head, and I'm with my horse. Who says hi, by the way? Kay is like, she's so dirty, I can't even. I gotta go out there and groom her. Ugh. Anyway, probably after I go walking. Anyway, so why did Disney just renew her contract? If the last movie she made, is so bad. Okay. In 2018, did poorly. It's just I'm astounded by all of this. But now we've got Chinoy, taking people's attention away from Kennedy's new gig, which is not a Disney gig. And people are going to ask why. Why is the president of Lucasfilm now even a nominal producer on Twisters? Right? This is a question that needs to be answered. I feel that she doesn't have anything else to do. I feel that Frank came in and said, okay, I want to bring my wife in. And the powers that be at Universal said, fine, as long as she doesn't touch anything. Yeah, I do think the Filoni movie will happen. It's the only one they're actually talking about right now. But as far as like the Chinoy thing, it could be either what Wheelhouse said, which is a plant, and being allowed by Iger and Favreau to gauge the, basically say the fans don't want it to Kennedy, or it's Kennedy and Chinoy trying to get attention away from Kennedy, the fact that Kennedy is working on a movie that doesn't belong to Disney, okay? Which, again, you go, if Victoria Alonso got her fat ass fired from Disney for doing a documentary for another studio, what the fuck is going on here? And this may prove that the can't be fired for cause clause is real. Okay. And on Cameron's Patreon, a lot of people are going, why don't they just say what's happening? Instead of all these stupid rumors, why don't they say, look, She's on an extended absence. Jon Favreau's the interim chief of Lucasfilm. Kennedy's trying to figure out what she wants to do next. That would make sense. But I'm betting that if you said that, Kennedy would say, yes, people will think I'm leaving. Iger would reply, you are leaving. You're not coming back in October. We're done, okay? Pay her $20 million to go. I don't care what it costs. So let's talk about Bob Iger. Disney just made a contract. I got to read up on it. I am going to do a video on it with value-added activist investors from San Francisco. And it looks to me like the proxy war is on now. He's taking Nelson Peltz extremely seriously because Peltz wants a seat on the board. And value added is going to be able to help decide who gets on the board of directors of Disney. This is a direct, fire at the bow thing from Iger at Peltz, Perlmutter, and Russalo. I think that's the name of the former CFO of Disney who's with them. We'll see if it works. I'm not necessarily convinced that this will help Iger. If you look at their shares have not gone up, they haven't gone down. They went up from the 80s, low 80s, to the low 90s and are pretty much just sitting there. I haven't seen them today, but they were up as high as 94. And they've gone down to 90. Okay. Part of the reason why I think Iger is not eager, no pun intended, and no, I didn't intend to rhyme either, to drop those emails to humiliate Kennedy, to get rid of her, is because it can be used against him. Okay. Now I'm going to say this. People on the board know perfectly well what's in those emails. Alan Bergman knows. Dana Walden knows. Okay. They know that Kathleen Kennedy is a bigot. She's a misandrist. She's a moron. She's a moron. Kojak's IQ is higher than hers. And he's torturing a cow again. Okay. Hi, buddy. Yes, I talked about you. There's fuzz on the floor again. Wait, which one did you eviscerate now? So, yeah, that was it. Well, I don't think it's going to go that low, to be honest, Musk. And the reason why is because I think they're Wall Street's kind of actually bullish on them. There have been articles out there saying that from analysts that say buy Disney stock. And it's not because Iger said, please say this on CNN or CNBC or Fox Business. They're saying because of all the entertainment companies, Disney's probably the one that can bounce back because it has such a deep library to pick from. And a lot of it they haven't used. Fox. When are they going to start using those movies? The only movie I can think of that they didn't cancel the release of was Call of the Wild with Harrison Ford. And that is a cute movie. It's not his best movie. A lot of people were bitching and crying about the CGI, which I'm like, fanboys. Hi, Koji Bear. And I know I see it. He wants to play tug of war with this. Give this to me. Give this to me. Here. This is what he's playing with. Okay. You want it? Take it, okay? He's got a Santa Claus out there he's working on too. I've got money in it now. Uh, you know, not a lot, but I'd like to make some money on it. And we've lost money. So it's starting to pick back up again, you know. Okay, go for it, dude. Go for it. But I'll probably do like an upload about all this stuff later. Oh yeah, well they of course they're not going to buy that back. They can't renew that. And Steamboat Willie is the first iteration. I'm going to move back over here because we're going to. Well, are we? Let's try. All right, Kojak, get that off me. Come on, grab your toy, move. Oh boy. Anyway, well, this actually looks better. Anyway, sorry for the lens flare. I'm not J.J. Abrams. That was an accident, not intentional. I can't even move my head. The Steamboat Willie thing, I think they were fine to let go. All right. And the reason why is because it's not Mickey Mouse. It's the first iteration, and I think they feel like they can afford to lose it. But Mickey Mouse, as we know him, like he started actually being Mickey Mouse in the mid 30s, and that's the one they can't afford to lose. So we'll see where this goes. Hi, Kojak. There's bad talk. Sorry, I keep doing that. Oh, you're welcome. I think we're gonna get hit pretty hard with the snowstorm this weekend, and I'm going to be taking down all my Christmas stuff. It's 3 weeks too late. Okay. You know, I kind of wanted snow for Christmas, and wow, look at what we got. Hi, Buddy Bear. Anyway, this is what I think is going to happen. I think Peltz will probably get a seat on the board of Disney. I think Iger's tenure at Disney is going to be shorter than he thought. I think Kennedy will probably leave before October. I'm not going to be held to it because I can see her being extremely stubborn and insisting that if you announce something, people will know I'm gone. It's like they already know you're gone, which is the reality. I sent Steven Spielberg's diss of Kennedy, which was a signal to all of Hollywood. I'm done with her. I'm canceling her. Rumor is, and this isn't just from Sparrow and everybody, that Spielberg stopped taking her calls. All right, and he stopped a long time ago. And I think the reason why is because of the constant bullshit with the Indiana Jones script and the fact that she was perfectly happy erasing a character that helped define Steven Spielberg's career, Harrison Ford's favorite character that he's played, the third franchise George Lucas created that she shit all over. Okay. So we've got value-added investments. I think that's what they're called. Making a pact with Disney over board nominations. All right. We've got Chinoy running around screaming about her fake Ray movie. And because we don't have evidence, we can only speculate. It's either Kennedy trying to draw attention away from the fact that she's not working on a Star Wars project for sure, that Twister and Twister is a real movie, not one of her imaginary movies. Or it's Favreau and Filoni, or Favreau and Iger having this out there so they can show her no one wants this shit. You're not getting your Ray movie, okay? And I think that's a perfectly legitimate thing to do on their, it's a good strategy. So either way, it's fantastic. I would like the James Mangold idea to happen. I think a movie set on Tython, Dawn of the Jedi kind of thing would be really fascinating. And look, this is where they should have started when Kennedy took over. She should have left the original trilogy cast alone. Of course, Disney would have bought Lucasfilm had George not threw together about 3 script treatments and signed the Major League 3 original actors to come back. They wouldn't have bought it. And it's like, you guys, first off, lying to George about how much Lucasfilm was worth. Iger said it was only worth $1 billion without movies coming out. This is me. It was worth $10 billion. You fucking know it, you piece of shit, okay? And look, I respect Bob Iger. He's a survivor. But he is as much at fault at what happened with Lucasfilm and Marvel and Disney Animation as the people who actually made the movies, okay? Because he allowed it to happen. Hey, Mike, he allowed it to fucking happen, okay? And when called out to the carpet by the fans, nothing happened, all right? Look, Disney fans, and I'm going to say this, as a child, I am more of a fan of Warner Brothers cartoons. Bugs Bunny is like a hero of mine. Daffy Duck, Sylvester the Cat, Elmer Fudd, I love those characters. I still watch them. If you make things that are contrary to the company, what the company's known for, the company policy that Disney's known for, people are going to get pissed off, okay? They expect, oh yeah, classic Looney Tunes all the way. Customers of Disney expect family-friendly, well-written, well-acted, well-thought-out, well-filmed movies. Not J.J. Abrams' lens flare, not, Ryan Johnson making, Mark Hamill cry, not Leia Poppins, which apparently was Kennedy's idea, bitch. I literally, not, non-binary characters, which, no! Now he wants to go out. Now he's being an asshole. So I've got to get, when you go against that idea, and I'm going to tell you something. The moment Barack Obama was reelected, that's when this woke shit started happening. Hell, that treacherous motherfucker doesn't even like woke anymore. Never did. He's told those people, stop driving people away. Stop attacking people that have families that you know what I'm saying? The traditional values. Because that's what they've done. Barack Obama and the woke movement created Donald Trump. It's true. Donald Trump just offered a reality to the voters that, now remember, I used to work in Washington, D.C. I was a congressional aide to House Majority Leader Dick Armey. And Washington, D.C. is disconnected. And this is how Republicans do their thing. They coronate their next presidential candidate. Okay. They don't want you, the voter, to vote for who you want. Which is why, as many Democrats are attacking Trump and trying to get him off the ballot, which Supreme Court will go in and say, you can't do that. We're striking this down. This is bullshit. You can't deny ballot access to a legitimate candidate and lie. Look, everything that these people have said, and I hate talking about politics, but everything these people have said about Trump is, that's when it started in earnest. But I would say the first truly woke Hollywood movie was The Force Awakens. 2015. All right. There you go. And then you got me off my point. The Republican Party fundraisers, the big guys, the Koch brothers, and the rest of these really wealthy donors, the donor class, do not want Donald Trump. And the reason why is because he doesn't need them. He doesn't. And they know it. And he'll do what he thinks is best without their consent or permission. Okay? He doesn't owe them anything. That's what they're afraid of. Okay? That's what they don't want. And they're every bit as happy to try to help keep Trump off the ballot as Democrats are. All right? They went from Ron DeSantis, who's running an ungodly, horrible campaign, and he was my second choice at one time. But look, if you've got people helping you out and volunteering for you and opening up their mouth about you on Twitter X, and they're saying terrible things about another candidate, look, the one thing about conservatives and libertarians is we can only take so much negativity from our own side, and then also we're like, fuck you. And as someone who's watched elections my whole life, DeSantis is running the shittiest election this side of the moon. I've never seen anything so bad in my life. Donor class moved to Nikki Haley, who's a fucking warmonger. Okay, I don't care about Ukraine. I want my goddamn money back from that little prick. You know, I have different feelings for Israel. Okay, because of Iran. Okay, they're dead. You know, but and planet Obama was president. Okay, I blame him for this. I mean, look, if you look at, I'm going to say this, if you look at what's going on, he's the one pulling the puppet strings. Okay, with Biden. Okay, that it's obvious. My dog could be a better, more rational leader than Biden. So, I am sitting here going, we've got all this shit going on, and these people who like the sequel trilogy feel empowered because they don't actually. Did you hear him sigh? He's mad at me. He's mad, and his e-collar broke. We can't get it to power up. You take it off its power and it doesn't work. So we had to buy a new one. We're waiting for that. And I can't take him anywhere because Kojak is many things, but with my hand being the way it is, I really need more control over him. And he doesn't really, he has ears, he can hear. 95% of the time when I've got him out on his leash, unless I have the e-collar, he doesn't listen. He's just like, whatever, I don't know who she is. I mean, he's his own guy. He just does what he wants, you know. But uh, where was I? A lot of these people, these woke assholes, have felt empowered because of Kennedy, because of Ryan Johnson. And what it is, it's I call it, I just made this up, the validation caucus. You can pick out whoever you want to be, and every movie you see has to validate whatever you think you are. Okay, you know, it's you know, you've got people defending Ray Skywalker, and they have non-binary and they them in their bios on X, and it's like, now I know why you like that. Okay? Because you feel validated by that. Okay? He sighed again. Little shit. And it's the validation caucus. Like right now, there's this this is something I got from Sticks and Hammer. And it's true. In nature, if you see bright fluorescent pink, green, yellow, orange, red on an animal, that is a signal that the thing is toxic. Stay away from it. Okay. When you see a woman with hair the color of a red Solo cup, that first off, that's not natural. Natural redheads don't have hair that color. Hair the color of cerulean blue, they're toxic people. Okay, they're toxic people, and it's a signal to stay away. All right, it is a signal to stay away. They might not think so, but they're making a statement to stay away. I mean, who is that one woman that harassed Ethan Van Sciver till he had to have his lawyer send her a letter? He called her the blue-haired land whale. I can't remember her name, but yeah, I mean, it's she had this stupid electric blue wig and would go on Twitter all the time just raging. Okay, it's like, you know, don't you have kids? Don't you have things you have to do? You retard. But those are the people that want validation. Now, get back in your time machine. Go back to when you were 9 years old or however old you were when you saw Star Wars the first time. And I mean the first movie. Did any of the characters up on the screen had to be exactly like you to validate you? No. I don't look like Carrie Fisher. My hair is natural, chestnut brown like hers, but I went blonde back in Hawaii about over now 20 years ago, almost, because I just wanted to have something different. I wanted to. When you get to Hawaii and you see all these Japanese people, everybody, it's like, I don't know. I got to be something different, you know. So, you know, Mark Hamill played the young, callow, older teenager on his first, you know, basically on a quest. Harrison Ford, the outlaw. Josie Wales, basically, in some ways, you know, the man with no name. Ethan Edwards from The Searchers. Carrie Fisher, the princess. And they were archetypes that we've seen in movies and stories since, you know, whoever wrote Sir Gawain and the Green Knight was walking around. And, you know, the Bat Masterson writing about Doc Holliday in the dime novels he wrote about the Old West. And of course, Guinevere, okay? But they were different archetypes. They fit America, okay? they fit in a place that was older and traditional, but ours, okay? And when you get the coffee maker, Kathleen Kennedy, showing up, trying to erase what George created, by the way, they hire J.J. Abrams because Michael Arndt wanted to actually do justice to the characters and wanted to take his time writing the script because, damn it, Bob Iger and at the time, Alan Horn had a timeline. Again, you and your fucking timeline. And what Planet Musk vlog is saying is true. What they did to these characters was completely deconstruct them, which is something that Andrew Breitbart brought up back in the mid-2000s, 2005, 2007, when he wrote his books and started Breitbart.com. It's Frankfurt School nonsense, which is where, look, I'm going to bring up the person who Cameron likes to laugh and call my nemesis, Pablo Hidalgo. His parents emigrated from Chile when Pinochet was the dictator because Pinochet was going after people like that. They were disappearing, okay? He's a red diaper baby, all right? He always has been, he always will be. He will never be able to connect to you or me because he hates you and he hates me, all right? Kennedy will not because she's resentful that we loved what the guys did more than what she did, all right? I am not saying, as hopefully there's usher your bony fucking ass out the door, that a woman couldn't lead Lucasfilm. I would love to try. That job was one I would have wanted to do, okay? Trust me, neither J.J. Abrams or that fucktard Ryan Johnson would have been there, and I probably would have launched Pablo off the end of my foot a long time ago. You want to talk about show business? Go work for Collider, okay? They'll love you there. Go work for Red Letter Media. They'll love you there, okay? But you're not working for here because we're serious, okay? She's an unserious person, okay? She is what, Steven Spielberg said of her during the Japan tour for Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. She makes good coffee. She is a great secretary. That's it. That's it. Why she got production stuff, I don't know. I'll tell you something, and then I'll go. Sherry Lansing, who was a great studio head, and I can't remember which one, it was either Universal, Sony, or Paramount that she ran. I think it was probably Paramount. When she first got to Hollywood, she was well known for being very good, if you know what I mean. She ended up being married to William Friedkin, God bless his soul. She was probably one of the greatest studio heads of the 1980s. Then we had Dawn Steele, Lucille Ball. When she got a hold of Desilu, she ran it like a watch. She's the one who let Star Trek happen. Mission Impossible, etc. They would not exist without her, okay? So women can run studios. And there are women who can't. Kathleen Kennedy is one of them. She has no imagination. She's about as creative as, when Kojak goes out and takes a dump, he's more creative. Okay. She doesn't hire people that are talented, like, Ridley Scott back in 2017, after TLJ came out, he said, Lucasfilm only hires these young directors because they, Kathy, don't want to butt heads. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but that's what he said. He basically put it out there saying, I could get all three of these movies done under budget and on time, and people would like what I made. Now, granted, a lot of so-called fanboys don't like Ridley Scott's latest stuff. Like, and when I hear someone say, I didn't like Gladiator, ugh, you know, yeah, they do. They're more, they are. They're not, I mean, they're not activist. You know, New Year's Day, my stomach was an activist because I drank champagne. And as much as I love champagne, it's like once in a while because, and I didn't think I was sick until, I didn't think I was hungover until about 10 o'clock, and then my stomach started going, and I'm like, oh, fuck. You know, one of those things. But, you know, and that's the problem, is Bob Iger should have either let Kennedy go and not validated her contract after The Force Awakens. Look, he started realizing she was a piece of shit when she fired Gareth Edwards from fucking Rogue One. Okay? It's just, you know, it used to give me a headache. Now it just made me want to vomit. Look, one glass won't do it, won't hurt me. 3 will. Besides, there's some other wine involved too. You know how they say you can't mix liquor and beer? You can't mix white and red wine. You just can't. Hey, Dose 7H. Hi, everybody. You guys are kind of late because I'm this close to shutting this down. But, and those are the problems. And Disney has been suffering them for a long time. And they don't know really how to get out of it. Now, Iger can say we're not doing woke anymore. And it basically got out from Bluebird, one of Cameron's contacts at Disney. It basically got out that Iger put it out there, no more woke. Okay. But you have to get the narrative away from the big YouTube channels, and you know who I'm talking about. Okay. And the reason why is because if you want to save the company, if you want to save these franchises, if you want to give them new life, you have to go back to what worked. Han, Luke, and Leia kicking ass, being who they were, being the elders that they would have become. You have to go back and get rid of the Kyle Rons, Ray, and the rest of this shit. Okay, you have to get rid of these people. You have to. I mean, people don't like these characters. They don't. I mean, you know, I will leave you guys with this. Adam Driver, for some reason, has all of Hollywood kneeling down to blow him for some reason. Sorry for being crass, but it's true. When Chris Wallace was interviewing him and basically said, you're not a conventional looking movie star. He's not. You know, these are the things you don't get. Bela Lugosi was more handsome. Oh yeah, you know what? That's a good idea. Maybe I'll pass that idea on to Bays. Women don't, little girls don't identify with Luke Skywalker. That's a good idea. All right. So I'm going to go over this again. Chinoy's out there saying that Star Wars needs a woman to redo it. Kathleen Kennedy already did that. Badly, by the way. Chinoy would be worse. She also, the articles that she's quoted in forget about Deborah Chow, who I think did an excellent job on Kenobi, and Bryce Dallas Howard. Okay, like, fuck you, bitches. You know, I'm not happy with that. All right, women have always had a big place in Star Wars. You know, I remember when the Stoned Republic was being talked about, and I think it was Claudia Gray, that fat cow, Claudia Pig, whining about how they needed more women authors. And I did a video showing all the women who wrote Star Wars novels when the EU was king, including A.C. Crispin, who wrote the Han Solo trilogy. Okay, all right, there you go. So we've got that. You know, and thing about the Chinoy thing is it's either Favreau and Iger saying, put this out there, let's show Kathy and everybody the poor reaction to this Ray shit. Okay. And then you've got Kennedy suddenly showing up as one of the producers for Twisters. You know, and I'm worried. It's like, what is she gonna do? Insist to insist to Frank that Glenn Powell's character be gay, and Katie O'Brien from Mandalorian season 3, big time dyke. Ew, she's gross, isn't it? Sorry, it's obviously input from Kennedy, because that's all she can do. You know, put a girl in and make her lame and gay. I mean, that's it. Yes, they should, Rollo. They really should. And I think they're going more towards the EU, probably with the mix of what George wanted to do. I don't know. And thirdly, Iger, you know, using the very old ancient Roman phrase, the ram has touched the wall. Iger gets value added investments to sign onto a thing where they will help decide who sits on the board of directors at Disney. This is a fight. This is a proxy battle. Now, will Iger be able to keep pellets off the board? I don't know. I really don't know. All I know is that. So that's the summation. The rest of this video is just me ranting and drinking coffee, which is done. So, see, Sig Sauer, and I did a test between my 365 and my new Beretta 80X, and I want to show you before I go. Now, I have to shoot right-handed. This one still isn't strong enough to withstand much recoil yet, but it's getting better. But the bottom is the Beretta. The top is the 6 Hour and the Beretta together. So I would say they're comparable. But I'm pretty confident in shooting right-handed now. And it didn't take me much to learn how to shoot right-handed. Anyway, I gotta go. I'm gonna go up and get ready for the day. I gotta go for a power walk. Probably take the dog for a walk and get moving and stuff. And I can't take the dog out with me because his e-collar isn't working and he's an asshole on the leash. Go figure. Anyway, you guys have a good day. Keep your eyes on Kennedy trending. And it's really starting to heat up about her again. So maybe there's a rumor we haven't heard. I don't know. Anyway, I've been on for an hour. I didn't think I was going to be on for a half hour. You guys have a good morning and have some more coffee. And if anything happens today, I'll be back. I'm going to probably do 2 uploads too. See you around the galaxy.